Hey guys, what's up? I was making sure this is on. I kind of wanted to touch base with y'all about that Lyric Cook and Elizabeth Collins case. I did some talking today to people down there, well, up there in Iowa, and I found out a whole lot. It's going to be trigger warning in a lot of ways. It's a sad story. Uh, it's about two cousins. They went for a bike ride on Myers Lake in Evansdale, Iowa. They failed to make it home, so of course the parents started calling and reporting them. And so they went looking, they found the bike, the purse, the cell phone of the girls, and they investigated it. And probably a little quite, not that long, for 4 to 5, I think 5 months, because come December 5th from July 13th, they found Kevin Darmstadt and Amanda Miller were hunters that were hunting in the Seven Bridges Wildlife Refuge, and they found the bodies of the little girls. And of course, from there, the investigation started. They arrested, I think in the beginning was a Michael Klunder, if I'm just pronouncing that right, and he was a 3-time convicted sex offender. They couldn't place him in the area due to cell phone data, which I think is kind of I don't know if that's right or correct, but I know that they're saying his cell phone did not ping in the area, but that doesn't mean he didn't pull a Brian Koberger, turn it off, or put it in airplane mode. Because around 1 year to the date, he kidnapped two little girls, and one of them was murdered, one of them was not. And so they had released him a year before, I guess, took him off their suspect list because of the cell phone data. So I think that that's not enough to take someone off the radar if you really have a hunch, but I haven't really found out how much they tested DNA or anything like that yet, because this was 12 years, almost 13 years ago. But him being so many times convicted, that's what got me. I feel like they should have, I don't know, I think they should have dug a little deeper with him maybe. I don't know if he took a lie detector test. I don't know any of that yet. I'm still working on that. But that Seven Bridges Wildlife Refuge it's 166 acres section of land that hunters and fishers can go on as long as they purchase their DNR season license. I talked to a lady there today named Andy, and she filled me in a little bit on that the little girls were found about 15 miles from their main office there at the wildlife refuge. She talked a little bit about her opinion and her thoughts but not much. She didn't really know much. She knows of the case, she just didn't know an awful lot. So I kind of wanted to come on and spread that. She did give me permission to come there and drone and search and do whatever, so I'm going to try to figure out when I can get up there, because I think this case does need a lot of attention. I think it's very, very, very crackable. I really do. I would like to talk to the people that found them, the Kevin and the Amanda. I would like to talk a little bit to the investigator. I would like to learn a little bit more about this Michael guy that walked free, and then all of a sudden the same type thing happened a year later. So I can find out if he is maybe the one that was involved in all this. It's somebody that has to know the area. That's what the lady explained to me today. Somebody that has to be familiar with the area. Somebody that has to know where and how this 166 acre place works. So to me, I'm trying to request a list of hunting licenses and fishing licenses that were sold that year in that state. If anybody in here can get me that information, that would be great. I feel like just starting this case, if I was able to find this much out with just a few phone calls, what else is there? Because I'm not stopping here. I'm going to keep going. I feel like that these girls, their family deserves justice. They deserve justice. And I think it's achievable. So it's kind of where I wanted to touch base on that. I kind of wanted to talk a little bit more about the Suzanne Simpson case, because I did put out the little update on that, like as far as the James Cotter is trying to get his bail reduced. He was in there yesterday. Evidently that didn't work. I think they're trying again today. I don't have an update yet on that part of it, but I know the husband goes next on the 13th for his arraignment and stuff. So we'll learn a whole lot more then. I don't see any of the bail being denied. Being reduced. I don't see him getting granted to see his children like he's begging to do because of the no contact order. I know the DA is going to fight to make sure that doesn't happen. Until we find her, I feel like that should not happen. No way, no how, no shape, no form. I don't know if y'all agree with me on that, but I feel like no way he should be able to see his children until that's done. Sorry, I was putting my notes up. I talked to that woman. She was so nice today up there in Iowa at that little Seven Bridges refuge, and she is kind of a true crimer. She likes certain channels that like mystery cases and stuff, and this is not really a mystery case. This is more of a, we know what happened, we know that they're not here, we know they were found, and we just need to find the answers to put all the last piece of the puzzle together. And I really do believe that it's doable, and I think there's someone in the chat that's helping me work on it, and shout out to them for that, because they need it. It's someone who lives in that area, someone who's very familiar with the case that brought it up to me. And we are putting our heads together. We're going to see what we can come up with. Now that I've been able to share this, I hope that they can maybe do a little digging that I cannot do there, because I don't live there, and come up with a little more on it. And back to Suzanne, I feel she's got to be found. We had a bad storm here for the last few days. Weather's changing, so like the clock is ticking, and I need to get back out there. And I think I'm going to dedicate a couple of days towards the end of this week or the weekend to do that. I'm waiting on one more piece of permission to do like a little droning in some areas. Some of them are like no-fly zones, so you kind of have to have permission. I think I'll get the permission. I just know that some people don't like just give you the answer right away. You know, you call and they tell you yes right there. Sometimes they have to check with certain people and then get back to you. But I do believe I'll get the answers that I need for that, to do that. I'm confident. I just want to see. I still didn't see a lot of lists of cases that y'all want to start at number 1 to go to number 5, or however y'all want to do it. I'm not trying to put a number on cases. I'm just trying to get an idea and opinion of y'all to see where y'all stand on certain things. I know there's some people that really want to talk about the Maddie Soto case, and trigger warning again. I feel, I have a feeling in my heart that they already know way more than they're ever going to tell us. I have a feeling that Jen is going to be arrested before Christmas. I just have that feeling. I think that by taking her to that psychiatric ward, that was their plan all along. Now, I could be wrong, but it's usually what happens, 8 times out of 10. So hopefully that does. Hopefully they can. I think she'll be an easy person to crack. I really do. Him, I don't know about yet. I think he's finally getting to the point where his blood is boiling and he's ready to talk to someone. Hopefully he's doing that. Hopefully he's spilling the beans and letting us know. I do believe this was planned, premeditated, whatever you want to call it. Trigger warning, I do. I feel like that everything was fine for them in making their little dark web money until she turned up pregnant. I do believe that's my thought. That's my opinion, but I do believe that. I think it'll come out in time. And another case that we have not really talked about at all, that I want to see y'all's opinion. I know we think that this case is over, but I don't think it's over. Is the Idaho 4. I feel that there's so many little secrets in this case. I mean, I do believe they got the right man. I do believe that. I do believe that this wasn't his first time. I do believe that there's a couple of other cases within a few years of this, before a few years of this, that it was vegan people that he was stalking. I do believe that. I believe that he's always been doing this, just like the camera in the girl's apartment. I think that one was easy for him, not to put the cameras, because he made her feel vulnerable. He made her feel like somebody was, I guess, trying to get to her. So she kind of opened up her door to allow him to do that. But it goes back to the one woman that he went on the date with that really could not. She was so freaked out to get him out that she had to say she was sick and act like she was throwing up in her own bathroom. And this is a college child. I have a college child. I can't imagine that. And there's got to be justice and closure in this, and I think it's going to come out. I really do. I think hopefully he gets charged for this case and the other cases that I believe that he had something to do with. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because I got a phone call today that brought it up to me, because I had done some digging in the past on it, and I never really talk about it, but I had. And it touches really close to home because my oldest is their age, and so that's why it really has kind of bugged me. But I really do think they got the right man. I do. I mean, I like to hear y'all's opinion on it. You know, I do. That was a very horrible crime of passion. I think he's the type of person that he sees somebody once, he feels like he's in love with that person, so a part of him, and he feels like he wants to stop at no cost. And I feel like that's very sad, because those poor kids they didn't deserve that. No, I mean, no kid deserves that. I mean, you're talking like fixing to be done with college and start your little life and your dream. And my heart goes out to that father of Maddie and all the kids. It does. He is a true fighter, and he has had to be so strong, so tough to do what he's doing. My gosh, I don't know if I could do it. I'm sure I would, but man, it would be so hard. And to put on a straight face and do an interview or talk to someone when all the investigating and digging he's done to make this case what it is, because he has made this case what it is. And some people hate him, some people love him, but you can't hate a father for that. I mean, there should be zero of that. He is a true man and a true father that only wants justice for the kids that cannot speak for themselves. And it's really a sad case that 4 of those children had to go through that did not deserve it. And I talk about all of them the same. They're all wonderful, beautiful little angels, and I do feel that they all deserve justice in the same equal way. The only reason I'm talking about him is because I feel like he's been the fighter and the voice for all of them. He's had to wear that on his shoulder and face life every day with that, knowing that poor man hasn't stopped. He is just nailing nails every day, and it's just amazing. So I do want to give him credit for that, because all those families are strong for what they're doing, and I hope that they all support him in what he's doing, because he's truly fighting. to make sure that the man responsible never gets out and never has a shot at life again outside of those walls or that cell, or whether he gets the DP or not, whether it doesn't matter, as long as he can't be out to hurt anyone else and start stalking anyone else, because everybody knows he was in that area probably way more than 12 times. How many times was he there and he cut his phone off? That's what we'll never know. But I do want to give that case a little spotlight because it truly does deserve it. And as far as the first case we're talking about with the two little cousins, Lyric Cook and Elizabeth Collin, I hope those families aren't upset that I'm doing this and digging this up. If they are, please, God, wish they reach out to me and tell me, hey, I know, we think it's okay, but it's not okay, or whatever that may be. Like, just let me know somehow, some way. It's just, God, it's just horrible. They can be riding their little bikes in a little park by their house. I think Myers Lake, I believe it was. So I guess it's like a little lake area where you can, recreation, where you can go have fun. And then vanish without a trace. And then 12 years, almost 13 years and a month from today will be zero for those parents. Zero. I mean, I don't know. That's a long time to not have any answers. And then you feel like everybody's given up on your babies and everybody's gave up on the case. And then here you are, a little Texas brand new channel like us with a strong-hearted group that we have. And we bring it up and we are going to fight to it too, just like we do every other case. So it's not that I'm choosing this case over another case. It's that I'm bringing this case up to put it back out, to not to make them relive it, because bless their hearts, I don't want them to relive it. I just know they need closure and they want it. And if we as a little group can help get that in any way, shape, or form, wow, that would be good. Yes, it's a small town of a little over 4,000 people. I don't know what the population was then, but I'm sure it's probably still close to the same. It might have changed a few hundred, but it's not going to have changed more than that. So I kind of want y'all's thoughts on that. And then I had a couple of questions in the Lady Bird Lake Killer, trigger warning, because I think some people are trying to dig it up. There's a lot out there on it, but like I was trying to explain, they're not naming a suspect or saying it's even a serial killer. They're more or less trying to say, oh, it's just a coincidence that it keeps happening. So I feel that it's not. There's no way that's a coincidence. Too many people in such a short period of time. I think since July 2022 to now, there's been 12 or 13, and that's only the ones that they found. How many that they haven't found? But when you get a hard rain or a hard flood up north and it pushes that water through so fast, it's like, okay, did they miss some? Did they miss the one that might have held the clue? Did they miss the one that might have held the answer? We don't know that. But unless we get into it and start digging it as if it is a crime, we might not ever know that. So I'm not asking their law enforcement down there to treat this as one yet. I'm just saying, maybe look at it through another door or another little window, that all those children that they found, I mean, some of them are grown, but they also have a mother and father. They also want to know. And so to me, that's why I say we should talk about that case. If y'all feel different, let me know. I don't want to talk about anything y'all don't want to talk about, because the last thing I want to do is to be talking about a case and y'all really not be interested at all. So I think that, sharing y'all's thoughts in their comments or on an email or whatever will give me the idea of, okay, they're really interested in this. And I mean, I know we're a little group. I think we're less than probably 20 or 30 that watch, which is fine. I'm fine with that. I'm fine if it's 5, as long as, we're getting something done. I mean, you got to remember, I did this for a long time and never had a channel. So this isn't new to me, like as far as doing what I'm doing. It's not that. And that's why kind of one day, another day in time in the future, when we get a little more, some of these cases out of the way and we have a little time, I can start dropping some old videos of things that I did, that things that were solved, and I think that'll be fun to give y'all a more understanding of why I do this. I'm really hoping that we can get one of these solved so we can do it together and y'all can see how sometimes it takes the smallest little thing to break it. And I do want y'all to pat yourselves on the back for all the support you throw to this channel, and for all the love you give to the channel, and for all y'all's true hearts that want to dig into cases, because y'all are truly watching true crime, and y'all watch it because it's a passion, not because it's a hobby, because you care just as much as the parents that are searching for kids care. So that's a good thing, and that's where y'all need to be proud of yourselves. And that's why I was saying, grab a case in your area. Even if you don't want to work on it on here, work on it on a little bit of free time that you have, and just see if you can figure something out. And I guarantee you, probably most of y'all can, because y'all really have big hearts. So I feel that this is going to go in a positive way. I feel that I'm not going to say it's a distraction to start the channel. It does kind of take a little more time away from, of course, searching and doing things and digging for answers and talking to people and calling police departments and sheriff's departments and like this, recreation parks and wildlife refuge, and trying to find hunting license and fishing license in a state that I don't know nothing about. So it does take a little time to do those things, but it's okay. I have the time, so let's do it. You know, I want answers just like y'all want answers, just like the families want answers. So I wasn't going to take up too much of y'all's time tonight. I know it's election night and everybody's going to be watching polls and things like that, so I didn't want to take all y'all's time up tonight and make y'all feel like y'all needed to watch. So I just kind of wanted to get those out there, talk about a little bit about the Idaho 4 because we haven't talked about it. I wanted to talk about a few of these other cases that for our future, and try to decide what cases to talk about on what days, so we can kind of break this down to maybe 2 cases a night or 2 cases every other night. I'm just going to kind of see how the views go and how the things go on these for a few days, and see if it's something we should do every day. Because I enjoy talking about this. I enjoy sharing with y'all what I come up with. I think the more we can share it, the more we can get it out, the more eyes it'll open, the more people will pay attention, the more people might start digging. So just because if it's not me or one of y'all that figure it out, if somebody figures it out because we talk about it here, then that's what counts. I don't need credit for it. I just need a spot in my heart to be filled to know that it was completed. That's all. Because the little holes with all these cases is very overwhelming, and it does. I wear my heart on my sleeve, as y'all know that, and so it does, not going to say it breaks me down, but it does make me think of all these cases and these people, and it does hurt a little bit, and I know that I need to jump sometimes to this one or that one to get off of this one, because I'm putting so much time and resource into it that I feel like I'm neglecting another child or another case, and I don't. It's hard. That's what's hard about true crime. This is hard about searching and digging, is it does touch your heart, and it does make you feel different, in a good way, not a bad. I'm not saying it's any way a bad way. It makes you feel for the parents, the moms, the dads, the aunts, the uncles, the brothers, the sisters, the grandmas, the grandpas, the best friends, everybody that's involved in these cases, because it's not just one person that's grieving. It's a whole lot of them. And not saying that once we crack them, they don't grieve. They still grieve, but they have that sense of closure. And that sense of closure can take a lot of weight off of someone's heart. And that's what we need to do. It's not going to fill the void. It's not going to bring them back. But it will help give them a little sense of peace. That, okay, I know what happened. I know I can live with it now better than I live with it now. I'm not saying that they're ever going to live with it, but live with it a little bit in a little bit better light, I guess I should say. I just, I don't know, guys. I'm so excited for the future. I'm so excited for everything that's coming up. To get everything going and to start, even with, I got to sometimes talk about something else to get my mind and heart off of this, but all the merch stuff that I've ordered, so much stuff. I'm so like a little kid waiting for it to get here to see, okay, what are we going to make first? What are we going to do? Because we want to make like a little catalog that has everything in it, from, you know, doggy collars, doggy leashes, to patches for your jackets, to, you know, sweatshirts, hoodies, t-shirts, backpacks, travel bags, like little, all kinds of little goody stuff like that we're coming up with. And I think it's going to be fun because it's not about making money on it. It's about making money for charities and shelters, and sometimes things like when someone goes missing and they're raising money, like we can be able to, as a channel, as our pack, as our Ruby's pack, y'all call it, to help these families maybe with funds to help find their children, or to help get a search party, or to get EquiSearch that's here in Texas, which I'm trying to work with now to see if they can, like if I can start sponsoring them, if they'll help on some of these cases. And I'm working on that. I'm working on setting up a deal with them where we can maybe share logos and on certain shirts. I want to do some bright orange and bright yellow shirts like Ruby's little bandanas that we're going to do, to where we can pass them out to search teams, to where we know, okay, our team is all in yellow, or our team is all in pink, or blue, or we're all in safety colors, you know, because I want to start doing searches with y'all and people that can search, and build little search groups that we can get out here and search together and have fun, and y'all can bring y'all's dogs, and, you know, we can all run together as like a little pack. And I think that'll be fun for y'all, and to start learning the techniques of searching and how to search and where to search and how to find areas, how to break it down and diagnose areas. I think y'all are going to have a lot of fun with that. So I'm not going to keep y'all too long. I'm going to let y'all go and enjoy the election night and enjoy the polls, because it is part of being American to sit back. And I know the numbers don't change fast, but you know how it goes the same every election. It's always red at first and blue later. It just always like a back and forth that you learn, okay, I don't want to watch for the first 4 hours, because that's kind of how I am. After 4 hours, I'll peek at it, you know, and see what's changing. And then, you know, then of course it's like 12 hours after that, I'll peek at it and see what's changing. But that's the fun part of it. There's a little bit of excitement of who's going to win. It's kind of like that, playing that lottery ticket, you know, are you going to win? And my number's going to be called? You know, that's kind of how I look at elections, is I try to make it fun. Although I'm sure for those people it's stressful, but for us it can be fun as Americans. So y'all have a really good night, and me and Ruby love y'all, and we're so glad y'all are here and support us. I hope my videos can help y'all. I hope that we can start doing 4 or 5 shorts a day that are about certain cases. I'm going to try to start doing, like, talk about Suzanne Simpson case for this 4 to 5 minutes, and then maybe a couple hours later while we're searching, I'm going to pop up and talk about another case for 4 or 5 minutes, and that way everybody can get their time of the cases they want to talk about. And that's why I say y'all's list is very important to me and Ruby, because we want to know what cases y'all want to talk about. You know, and I know I didn't talk much about Jen Soto case, because I feel like that case is pretty much done. Not saying that it's over, but I think they have already determined what they're going to do in going forward. I think the evidence is strong and it's there, as well as y'all know that. You can't get away from video technology. When it's there, it's there. So that's why I feel there's other cases that need more attention, not to say that she doesn't need it, but to say thank God that justice is on the way of being served for that little girl, so she can get some peace. And thank God for technology that, you know, it doesn't delete when you try to delete it. It doesn't reset when you try to reset it. So it can come back and get you when you're guilty. And that's kind of how I feel about that one. But if I was short on it and y'all want more, let me know, and I'll try to do a little more digging on trying to find some dates that these things are going to happen, and get them out for that case, because I want to share every case y'all want to know about. So as for now, say your prayers, enjoy your night, enjoy the election. Me and Ruby love all y'all so much. We love all your comments. We love everything about y'all. And I'm so glad we're growing this together, because we are staying steady around 257. And I'm not going to say, I'm going to say I like that, because the smaller it is, it seems like the easier it is for us to communicate. So I like that. I like being able to reply to all y'all's comments. I know a lot of people can't do that because they have so many subscribers, but I like doing that. I like reaching out to y'all. I like when y'all reach out to me. So everybody, feel free to comment, and you know, we'll chat that way as well. And always email me if you have something you want me to dig into. So guys, me and Ruby love y'all. We're gonna get out of here, and y'all have a wonderful night. I hope that I shed a little light on some of this for y'all, and we have plenty of time to shed all the light. So we'll drop a little each night. I'll come with y'all each night for a while until y'all run me off. And much love to y'all, and be safe. Say your prayers. Please check y'all's heaters and furnishers and things like that. It's getting cold. I know I keep saying it, I'm sounding like a dad, but please, these things cause a lot of house fires, and Christmas holidays are coming, and Christmas tree lights and things are coming. So just please be careful, because I do care about all y'all. All right, guys, we love y'all. We'll talk later. All right, bye.